Every historic photo is a frozen second, a glimpse into a world long gone. They capture stories no textbook ever could. Raw moments, forgotten faces, and the silent echoes of the past. Ready to see history like you've never seen it before? In 1937, a shocking marriage happened in Tennessee. 22-year-old Charlie Johns married 9-year-old Eunice Winstead. It was legal, and it sparked national outrage. World War II, even babies weren't safe. These odd-looking suits? Real gas masks for infants. Nurses trained for chemical attacks. War spares no one. She was once called the woman with the giant legs. But her name was Josephine Myrtle Corbin, and she lived with a rare condition. Likely caused by elephantiasis or a congenital disorder, she defied the odds. Behind the condition was a life full of strength and survival. This is Ella Harper, known in the 1880s as the Camel Girl. She had a rare orthopedic condition that bent her knees backward. She walked on all fours and became a star in circus sideshows. Despite the spotlight, she longed for a quiet life. Meet Myrtle Corbin, born in 1868 with a rare condition. She had 4 legs, 2 of her own, and 2 from a parasitic twin. She became a sensation in 19th century sideshows. Myrtle married, had kids, and lived a full life. Cabaret de l'Enfer, the cabaret of hell in 1900s Paris. A Gothic underground cafe filled with demons, skulls, and firelight. Yes, this was a real place, and Parisians loved it. It was part of Montmartre's bizarre nightlife, hellishly stylish, 1950s pageant glam, until someone missed their mark. While others stood tall, one took a tumble. Grace under pressure? Not always. In 1942, this U.S. Navy blimp returned to land, but the crew was missing. The blimp floated for hours before crashing in Daly City, California. Equipment untouched, no signs of struggle. 2 men vanished without a trace. To this day, no one knows what happened. This disturbing photo wasn't staged. It's medical history. A psychiatric patient, restrained and examined in a 19th century asylum. No sedation, no consent, just raw force. This isn't science fiction, it's real history. Schoolgirls lined up in wartime Japan, preparing for the unthinkable. Gas mask drills were a part of daily life during World War II. A generation raised in the shadow of chemical warfare, a forgotten corner of 1960s Glasgow, or Liverpool, or Belfast. Children growing up where broken bricks and poverty were part of playtime. No playgrounds, no safety, just survival. Yet even here, laughter echoed between the walls. This isn't a scene from a horror film. These were test dummies, built to face a nuclear bomb. In the 1950s, the U.S. tested atomic blasts on mock suburbs to study what would happen to homes and families. A child in goggles, a nurse by his side, a glowing light. This isn't science fiction, it's UV therapy from the 1920s, used to treat rickets, tuberculosis, and skin conditions. Doctors believed artificial sunlight could heal the body. New York City, 1940s. And these ladies had a mission. With gas rationing in full swing during World War II, Americans got creative with their commutes. Why drive when you can roll in style? These women aren't wearing high heels. Their feet were bound. For centuries in China, foot binding was a symbol of beauty and status. Girls as young as 5 had their feet broken and reshaped. It was a practice both admired and feared. This is Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria, with his wife and children. In 1914, his assassination would change the world forever. Moments after this photo, they were just another royal family. Moments after Sarajevo, they were history. World War I began with this man's death. These are the Harlem Hellfighters, heroes of World War I. They fought longer than any U.S. unit and earned France's highest honors. Yet when they came home, they returned to segregation and silence. Their courage was undeniable, their recognition delayed. This chilling stare wasn't staged. It was pure hatred. Joseph Goebbels, Nazi Germany's propaganda chief, moments after learning the photographer was Jewish. This photo, taken by Alfred Eisenstedt in 1933, captured more than a glance. It captured a regime's ideology. A single frame, a world of fear. Mary Fields, known as Stagecoach Mary. Once enslaved, she became a fearless mail carrier, rode alone, carried a rifle, missed no deliveries. Respected by cowboys, feared by outlaws, a legend of the Wild West. No harness, no fear, just pure focus. This is 1930s New York, and that's a photographer on a steel beam, capturing the rise of a city while dancing with danger. Back when bravery was part of the job description. Flooded streets, rising panic, but not him. This photo was not staged, it was duty, waist deep in reality. When the city sank, he stood still, a quiet symbol of order when everything else was underwater. Sometimes, real strength means staying right where you're needed, even when it makes no sense. High above Manhattan, one woman defied gravity for the perfect shot. This is 1930s photojournalist Margaret Bourke White, perched on the Chrysler Building, camera in hand, courage in heart. She wasn't just capturing history, she was making it. A wall of workers, steel, sweat, and solidarity. This isn't a special effect, it's real. Hundreds of builders, mid-rise, mid-century, every floor, every face, a story of grit and labor. The silent architects of American skylines, a room full of rhythm, rebellion, and something rare for the time. Unity, 1950s. In a divided world, these two chose joy over judgment. An interracial dance in an era when that alone could spark outrage. In this moment, the beat drowned out the bias. Hollywood, 1957. Glamour, glitz, and a glance that became legendary. That's Sophia Loren, giving Jane Mansfield the look. Jane, known for stealing the spotlight and clearly the cleavage. This photo, it became pop culture gold. 1957, Charlotte, North Carolina. This is Dorothy Counts, just 15 years old. One of the first black students to integrate Harding High School and walk through hate with unmatched courage. Jeers behind her, strength within her. History remembers her not for the cruelty she endured, but for the dignity she never lost. A snapshot of a city in motion. Early 1900s Asia. Rickshaws, bicycles, electric trams all on one road. East meets West in design and daily life. Umbrellas for shade. Commerce in full swing. This wasn't just traffic, it was a rhythm, a living city. History caught in motion. One frame, 1,000 stories. Heartbeat of a growing city. The 1920s in full swing. Electric trams glide down the street. Horses, cars, and people all share the road. Grand facades, elegant signage. Progress was painted in brick and iron. A city in transition. Old meets new in every direction you look. Modern life was arriving, one streetcar at a time. In 1954, the Korean War front lines got a surprise visitor. Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood's brightest star, lit up the troops with a USO tour that no one forgot. A moment of glamour in the middle of war. Hit like and subscribe for more unforgettable moments in time.